So my early 20s and like late teenage years were just an absolute train wreck disaster. And, a lot of people, you know, at the gym would probably already know this, but it's not something that I'm like constantly broadcasting. Pre-jiu-jitsu, like early 20s, like I was actually like terribly, terribly addicted to drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I had like a terrible substance abuse problem, that began like in high school and just progressed.
Mm.
And then, finally in my early 20s, I hit a wall with it, and I sort of got to restart my life.
Mm.
And that is sort of like, it ultimately like leads into me going into jiu-jitsu at, age 25.
Yeah.
So, how specific, we want to get with
It's up to you, man.
jiu-jitsu life, I don't know.
Yeah.
We
go where you go.
Yeah, I mean, I could do like a whole podcast on like, those few years. But, it was really bad,
Yeah.
like to the point where I had destroyed every relationship in my life with my family. I had I wouldn't even, I had friends, but, like they were just as screwed up as I was.
Sure.
And a lot of them probably still are. And, fortunately, I made it out. And when I kind of got clean, it was like, okay, like, well, now what the hell do I do with myself?
Yeah.
And, the first thing I really got into, I guess, would just be fitness in general.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is a physical therapist and athletic trainer, and so I always grew up in a house that had like a squat rack in the garage and dumbbells and exercise bands everywhere, and he was always training these athletes and so on. And I played sports as a kid and all that,
Yeah.
but I never really got into lifting weights and just trying to be fit for the sake of being fit. And it's just something that just seemed like a good idea. Like when I was 23 years old, I'd gotten recently clean, got accepted back into college after bombing out terribly the first time, and I had a lot of free time, and my dad gave me a gym membership for Christmas.
Nice.
And it was a gift
Good gift.
It was a gift that kept going for years and years and years until he
Yeah.
eventually made me transfer it to my credit card, right?
Yeah.
But it was funny. My dad gave me like this gym membership for Christmas, and at the time I'm like 120 pounds of like skinny fat.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like just so incredibly out of shape. Like I was smoking like a pack and a half of cigarettes a day
damn.
at this point. Like I was a complete disaster. And so my dad gets me this gym membership. We go into the gym, and he takes me through like one workout, and then it's kind of like, all right, you're on your own. Like, like I'm not going to be here's the membership, but I'm not going to be your personal
Baptized
trainer.
by fire.
So like I literally started with like, okay, I guess I know how to do like a bicep curl and start a treadmill. And that's about it.
Yeah.
And fast forward to now, I own a gym and I have a degree in exercise science. So
Yeah.
I figured it out.